LeBron James, welcome to Guangdong, China. Welcome to Guangdong, China, LeBron. You overrated ass fraud. The NBA was trying to gift you this series and you fucked up. Fucking blew it. And the only reason you were here in the first place is because of Anthony Davis. That's it. Take Anthony Davis away and you're not even making the play-in. Yeah, I know the Lakers have the bench. But it doesn't matter anyway because Miami's going to win the title. That team is just on fire. I've never seen a team that is on fire and is out for blood. Last year's Golden State team was out for blood, but they weren't on fire. They were so bad in the playoffs. The Heat, they're on fire. The Heat are on fire. They beat a Bucks team who everyone knows is better than the Nuggets by a considerable margin too. Oh, and by the way, I'm just saying, even though they made the finals, they're gonna go. I'm just saying, they're not making. They're Denver is gonna fire Mike Malone if they don't win the finals. Denver is gonna win the finals if Mike Malone doesn't get fired. LeBron James, you're now in Guangdong, China. Since you love communist China so much, figured you would go to the absolute. Figured you would literally go to China because you wanted to go to China, and we know you wanted to go to China too. Even though the NBA was trying to give you this series. And I don't want to hear this LeBron James is the GOAT argument anymore. A team with no defense would never sweep Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan never would have got swept by a team that doesn't play defense. Denver could have lost to the Timberwolves. There's only one game that Denver really deserved to win, and that was game one. They should have lost every other game in that series. They really were multiple choke jobs away from the Timberwolves to losing to them. They really were. And if Devin Booker wasn't an overrated scrub, then Phoenix probably would have beat Denver too. And we know Phoenix would have beat the Lakers because Phoenix literally owns them. I mean, it still is because the refs were literally helping Boston and the fucking Lakers. Look, did you watch last night's game where Marcus Smart literally punched Jimmy Butler in the head and didn't get ejected? Yeah, and also, I'm a Spurs fan. That lottery was rigged. That lottery was rigged for us. And it's not even that Wembanyama is any good or anything. He's not even all that. Like I want Denver to win the title this year, but dude, the Heat, the Heat are on fire. I don't see how anyone can beat them. I don't see how anyone is beating the Heat. If you didn't watch last night's stream, it's gonna be the Heat. It's gonna be the Heat. They're on fire. I don't see how anyone could stop them. The only team that really could have stopped them is Golden State because they have the shooters. Denver has a bench, but again, so do the Celtics. And look at what the Heat are doing to them. And we know the Celtics are better than the Nuggets. And the Heat beat the Bucks, who are the best team in the NBA this season. And Giannis averaged 30 a game in that series, other than game one where he got hurt. Then he came back and averaged 30 in back-to-back games. Just Mike Budenholzer is probably the worst coach in the league. That's the only thing that held back the Bucks. And I'm sorry, my guy is Giannis. I don't think he's getting another ring anytime soon. I don't. I really don't. Giannis is cursed. I'm starting to think 2021 was a fluke. I love the guy, don't get me wrong, but I don't think Giannis is ever winning another title again. I really don't. I really don't think he's winning another title. Because Drew Holiday is thinking about retiring, and they really needed Drew Holiday for that run. because they didn't have a point guard. They didn't have a point guard those 2 years they lost. When Eric Bledsoe is your point guard, you're not going to go far. At least Drew Holiday can actually play defense. Now, he's a streaky-ass shooter, but as a defender, there's no question. He's second to none when it comes to guards on defense. And he's a way better defensive guard than Marcus Smart. I don't want to fucking hear anything about Marcus Smart ever again. Drew Holiday is way better than Marcus Smart. But anyways, guys. And I don't think I think they're going to trade Chris Middleton. If I'm the Bucks, I would try to go after Dame. I would try to go after Damian Lillard or draft a guard. They need guards badly. All right. Well, tomorrow is going to be my Cardinals rant about this past game against the Reds. I'm still pissed after that game. That game pissed me off. But for real though, South Florida is going to get the Davey O'Brien Trophy, which is the trophy for the NBA championship, and the Stanley Cup. Because we know the Florida Panthers are going to win the Stanley Cup. We know what's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. We know it. We know it. Oh, and Kevin Cash. I want that man fired. I want that man fired. He still has not learned. He still puts Jason Adam in. How many games? He gave the Yankees life, and he gave the Mets life. Now look at what both the Mets and Yankees are doing. They're starting to get on fire now. Thanks, Kevin Cash, you bozo. You gave both of them life. You gave both of them life. You gave both of those two life. Unbelievable, dude. Kevin Cash, overrated fraud. What type of question is that? SpongeBob. Phineas and Ferb is overrated. Dude, I'm pissed about the hockey playoffs. I'm pissed about the hockey playoffs. Tampa got first rounded. The only hopes I really had after Tampa was Edmonton, Dallas, and Carolina. And Seattle. Well, Seattle lost to a team I can actually respect and like. Edmonton and Winnipeg was before Tampa, but if Tampa got eliminated before Winnipeg, it would have been Winnipeg. But now that Winnipeg is out, I have nobody now. It's going to be Florida and Vegas. It's going to be a lose-lose finals for me. I mean, the NBA finals, if it's not the Denver Nuggets, then I'm not going to be happy. Especially if the Heat win, because Lord knows what Heat fans are going to be saying Lord knows what Heat fans are going to be saying after they win this title. Yes, dude, I've been saying it. There's no way he's pulling a Jonathan that guy out of his ass. There's no way he's pulling a Marc-Andre Fleury out of his ass. There's no way. Oh, and Ash. How's Peter doing? Because Tom Brady has a minority ownership of the Raiders now. How's Peter doing? How's he reacting to this? Have you checked in on him since it happened? I hope he's okay. He's probably going mental. Dude! It's like when we played Bob last year. He sucked. He was horrible against us. And he was horrible against us in 2021. And now all of a sudden, he's going to win a Stanley Cup? Makes no sense. But okay. Alright. But, dude, holy shit. These hockey playoffs are full of bullshit. I only wanted Dallas because Pavelski and Jamie Benn deserve a cup. Edmonton because, come on, McDavid and Draisaitl. Carolina, they got Brent Burns. Rod Brindamore. I love Rod Brindamore as a player and a coach, actually. Um, and Seattle, it's impossible to hate Seattle. In fact, I think Seattle's going to win a Stanley Cup in a few years. And of course, Tampa, because that's my team. St. Louis is out, but St. Louis, bro. Fucking runners in scoring position in the 9th inning and the 10th inning, and you get no runs out of it. Fucking ridiculous. Unbelievable, man. That was ridiculous. Hey, unknown. Yeah, James Reimer is garbage. James Reimer was garbage in Toronto. James Reimer was horrible in Toronto. Even in Ash, in the one game Aiden Hill lost, he didn't even play bad. What has he been on these playoffs? It's like last year when Darcy Kemper was being stupid. Other than Edmonton, Darcy Kemper was good last postseason. I don't know why, but he was. Colorado, you can thank Nazem Kadri for your one and only Stanley Cup with this court. And you're not winning another one because Colorado's screwed. Random goalies got out at the right time. Yeah. I mean, a few years ago, like, what the fuck was Carey Price on? A washed-up Carey Price, may I remind you. And he made it to the finals. 2020, Anton Hudobin was just Anton Hudobin. Last year, we didn't even know what Jake Oettinger would be, and what the fuck was he on? But, dude, fucking Bob. Fuck Sergei Bobrovsky. And especially, fuck the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're the reason the Florida Panthers got in. They're the reason. And the Islanders losing to Washington. Not for those two, Florida would be out. Florida would be out. Florida would be out. Pittsburgh handed Florida this. Pittsburgh essentially handed Florida a Stanley Cup for literally losing back-to-back must-win games to tank. T-A-N-K. They lost to Chicago and Columbus. Tanking. Lost to teams deliberately tanking. And you gave Florida a playoff appearance. I hate you forever now. Because now you're going to give Florida a Stanley Cup. You're going to give the wrong Florida team a Stanley Cup now. And if not for them, it would probably be the Hurricanes, because I think the Hurricanes would beat Boston. Actually, Toronto would have annihilated Boston. Like, Linus Ullmark would not have done what Bob did. Especially an injured Linus Ullmark, may I remind you. Like, people say Pittsburgh would have got destroyed by Boston. Pittsburgh gave Boston hell this year. And on top of that, by the way, Linus Ullmark was injured entering the playoffs. He couldn't move. Jim Montgomery is a bozo for putting him in when he was literally injured. What up? Yeah, and LeBron's never winning another title again. His time is done. He should strongly consider retiring. But he's not going to, because he wants to retire with either playing with his son, and it's going to be Cleveland. I'm just saying Cleveland's going to get Bronny. LeBron's going to go to Cleveland. It's going to be Bronny, Mitchell, Garland, Braun. Actually, they might move Garland to the sixth man, because Bronny would probably be Braun's wingman. Then you have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. But we know the East is going to be between the Bucks and the Heat for the foreseeable future. And it's probably going to be the Heat continuously winning. Because as much as I love Giannis, he's never winning a championship in his life again. Like I love Giannis, but he's never going to win a championship again. He's been getting so unlucky. This past season was probably the unluckiest I've ever seen for Giannis. Like, dude injures his tailbone in game one. They would have won game three if Giannis wasn't hurt. And they probably would have won game one if Giannis didn't get hurt in that game. So unlucky for Giannis. Last year was unlucky because Giannis dropped 40 and the Bucks decided to be a no-show and let in the most overrated superstar, actually the most overrated player in the NBA, Jason Tatum, dropped 49 in game 6. And then they let Robert Williams kill them. They let Grant kill them. Giannis is so unlucky. 2021, okay. Glory for Giannis. Don't think he's going to get it again. I don't think he's going to get it again. I don't. I hate to say it too because I love Giannis. Oh, LeBron James, you're a Guangdong Tiger. I don't care what people say. He's never passing Michael Jordan. He will never touch Michael Jordan's jockstrap. He would get eaten alive in Michael Jordan's era. He would. You were allowed. Back then, what you can't do now, you were allowed to do it. You were. They would let you do it. Look at the Bad Boys Pistons. They fucking clotheslined you. I said the Bad Boys Pistons would be absolute garbage in today's NBA because of the rules. Now, Michael Jordan wouldn't be physical, but he would definitely drop 40 because teams don't know how to play defense. Oh, and also, it took a while for LeBron James to finally get a bucket in the second half. If it didn't take that long for LeBron James to get a bucket in the second half, Lakers probably would have won this game. This is why LeBron James will never pass Michael Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan will never be passed by LeBron James ever again. Michael Jordan would never get swept by a team that doesn't know what defense is. I love Jokic, but there is one weakness with him. He is one of the worst defensive centers in the league. He is really bad at defense. Every time I watch Jokic, that dude gets killed. Panthers. Not even close. Because Vegas is going to sweep the Stars. Like, Dallas has been so unlucky. They're not going to win these next 2 games at home. I just know how it's going to be. Vegas is going to win. And then Vegas gets beat by Florida in 5. The only chance to beat Florida is the Stars. Other than that, no. This is why Edmonton should have fucking beat Vegas. If Edmonton beat Vegas, we know they'd sweep Dallas. Dallas wouldn't beat Edmonton. And Edmonton would probably annihilate Florida. Because Florida's defense against McDavid and Draisaitl, give me a break. Edmonton would annihilate that team. Edmonton would annihilate Florida. But I digress. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.